Hi, I'm Francois and welcome to this channel. And a special welcome to my 11 subscribers. Now, I've wondered about the difference between dual sports and adventure bikes. Now, in my mind, the Honda CRF 250L is clearly a dual sport bike, and many describe it as a dual sport bike. And then the BMW R1250 GS Adventure is clearly an adventure bike. I mean, it says so on the side. And so does the KTM 1290 Super Adventure R. Now what about this? This is an adventure. It's a trip from Cape to Cairo over 3 months through the whole of Africa, but it was done on two 200cc Chinese delivery bikes, like small little road bikes. Now are they adventure bikes? Because they were on this big adventure. Now I wrote a post on the difference between dual sport and adventure bikes. You can check it out at adventurebiketroop.com/dualsportadv. The description is also in the link below. And there I described the differences and classified 26 of the most popular adventure or dual sport bikes into the two categories. So please go and check it out and come and let me know in the comments whether you agree with the categorizations or whether I spoke a load of rubbish. Now, I read a lot of articles on this to see what they say, and they all say the same thing. They're usually classified in dual sport and ADV according to certain criteria. So dual sport bikes usually, they mentioned, is 650 cc's and under, single cylinders, lightweight, more off-road biased, less electronics or no electronics, and smaller tanks, softer suspension. And then adventure bikes are heavier, more powerful, big engines, usually twin cylinders, 650 cc's and up. So the problem with that is there's some bikes that doesn't really quite fit clearly into one of those. So what about the Yamaha Ténéré 700? It's slightly above 650 cc's. It's a twin cylinder, not that powerful, more off-road biased, and it only has ABS. There's no traction control or rider modes. So where does this fit in? It's almost somewhere in the middle. And that's one that I didn't fit into either of the boxes. It had his own box with another bike. You can go and check it out there at adventurebiketroop.com/dualsportadv. Now, in my research, I also had a look at what the big bike manufacturers say. So let's have a look at Honda. So they make the Africa Twin. There's the Africa Twin Adventure Sport. So that has adventure in the name as well. So let's look at HondaPowersports.com. So this is the US site. So you go there, you can check the categorizations. We have off-road, so that's where we hope to find them. And then we can see there's adventure and dual sport, so clear distinction. So we should find our answer in there. If we click on adventure, we'll see the Africa Twin there. There's no surprise. Big bikes, twin cylinders, powerful, lots of electronics. But we also see the XR650L. So that's a single cylinder, light, off-road bike, no electronics. So that's a surprise. Then we also have the CRF 450RL under adventure bike. Now what will we find under dual sport? Let's have a look. So there we have our 250s, but we also have the 450 and the 650L again. So clearly Honda is undecided about the 650L, which a lot of articles online says is clearly a dual sport bike. What about another Honda site? So this is Honda South Africa. And here you'll find under motorcycles, there's no adventure bikes and there's no dual sport bikes, but we have dual purpose. So let's click there. And there we find all the Africa Twins. We find the 250s. We even find the little XR 125 there under dual purpose. So they don't care about the distinction between adventure bike and dual sport bike. And then I also had a look at this adventure motorcycling handbook. And in here, under dual sport bikes, they talk about the GS and the Africa Twins, and they call them big trailies. So there's no mention of adventure bike. And that was my conclusion as well. Does it really matter what we call it? Is it not about the adventure itself? So please go and check out my post there and come and let me know in the comments what you think. And thank you for joining us. See you next time. And if you like this channel, please consider subscribing and liking it and sharing it with your friends. Cheers, guys.